It's Johnson County's best severe weather.
Maybe we're all
Yeah, it's very high-pitched and annoying.
Don't be scared, it's okay.
I guess sleep deprivation yields the giggles.
I think it's just the Thursday blues.
Sleep deprivation yields the giggles.
I can't think
So this one's a little different. FIFO's a little more complicated. Okay, FIFO's, the middle line reads started and finished. In my note, in other classes on other videos, well, actually don't have any other videos of this class. I'll also use just S and F as an abbreviation here. S and F, started and finished. Okay. Now, conceptually, what we are trying to capture is all the activity that happened this period. I hope that high-pitched sound doesn't, and I hope it doesn't wind up on mic. But we want to capture how much happened this period. What's FIFO stand for, Brandon? You got this?
First in, first out.
First in, first out. So first stuff out was the stuff in beginning inventory, right? Okay. So what we want to capture here in this calculation, we'll do the beginning inventory ones first. What we want to capture here for direct materials, we'll start with direct materials, how much work must be done this period to finish direct materials, those units in direct materials. Carrie? How much work must be done to finish? We've got how many units in beginning inventory? That's getting louder. It feels like it's getting louder. How many units do we have in beginning inventory? 5,000. How much work must we do on those units to finish them this period with respect to direct materials? 40%? With respect to direct materials. Your answer is correct with respect to conversion costs. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do you see, Carrie, yeah, because you looked at this. I don't want this. So you just helped out, though. Carrie really helped out Taylor. Because Taylor, how about for conversion costs? How much work must be done to complete those 5,000 units? 40%. 40%. So here we're going to take those 5,000 units times 40%, which is going to give us 2,000. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'll get that fixed right away. Yes, it should. Much better. Much better. And then they started it again. Sorry for those of you. I hope you're not hearing this on audio. Now what? S and F stands for? Started and finished. So we want to know, and that's just describing what it is. How many units were both started and finished this period, Scott? What? Do I need to talk louder?
No, I heard you.
Okay. How many units were started and finished this period? You're not checking your phone, are you?
Take a sip of water.
Started and finished this period. Anybody have an idea? Yes, sir.
30,000.
30,000. How in the world did you get 30,000?
We take the 35,000 minus the 5,000.
35,000 minus 5,000. So this is how many were finished. This is how many were in beginning inventory. So the difference, 30,000, is how many were started and finished. Aubrey, is that how you did it? There is another way to do it, though.
Did you do 34,000?
No. There's another way to make the same calculation, though. Some people might like the other way. You know, this is one of those deals where, have you ever seen one of those pictures where it's a goblet or two angry faces? Yeah, this is one of those situations. What's the, huh? In minus ending. So if you started 40,000 and you wound up with 10,000 left over, how many did you start and finish? 30,000. So whichever one of those is easier for you, you'll always wind up with the same answer, okay? And then this calculation is just the same. Direct materials, 10,000. Conversion costs, 4,000. Right? What? What? Cody? How do we calculate this 10,000? It's the ending inventory, and technically, we're multiplying that ending inventory times 100%. So mathematically, this is 10,000 times 1 equals 10,000. I can do that in my head. And then the same sort of a process for the conversion costs. So far, so good? And let me add these up. 40,000 here and 36,000 there, and that is equivalent units. Yes?
Why is the direct materials beginning inventory down?
Because that's an outstanding question. Because and I'll just say it. I'll try what I said earlier again, and that is we are trying, particularly with regard to beginning inventory, what we are capturing is the work to finish. So if they're 100, if at the beginning of the period they were 100% complete with respect to materials, how much work do we have to do with respect to materials to finish them? It's nothing. Okay, and that's the same for why it's 3,000 rather than 6, or it's 2,000 rather than 3,000. There's 40% of the work remains to be completed in order to finish those units in beginning inventory. Sure.
What if the 100% is 90%?
Then that becomes 10% over there. If the 100%, she asked if the 100% becomes 90%, then we would have 10% here. Okay? We'd have 10% there. Okay? So far, so good? Now it's different again. We got another difference, and that is costs to account for are just these two numbers. 44,000, 48,600. Okay? Just the 44,000 and the 48,600. Because these are costs already incurred. These are costs that were incurred last period, right? They were incurred last period. We're after the activity from this period, so the only costs incurred this period were those two numbers. Okay? So now, Adam, clear? Okay. So now we need to calculate cost per equivalent unit. Using the same process as before. Heidi, are you working on the one on the left?
$1.10.
$1.10?